Hello.
Hi.
Thanks for agreeing to set up this interview. As you know, we only have a short amount of time, so let's go ahead and get started right away.
All right.
Now, I know that you've been involved in some work on community issues. Can you tell me what attracted you to the community issue that you chose at the beginning of the semester?
Of course. My community issue that I chose was unnecessary censorship in schools of free speech. And I chose this because I went to a private Catholic high school, and a lot of the things that I did as a student, both in school and out of school, was very censored, even at sporting events. We had a regulated dress code that we had to adhere to, or else we would get in trouble many times if we didn't stay within regulation dress code. And the things we couldn't say in class or the things we couldn't say at sporting events, they were all just very monitored and very censored. And I realized that it wasn't just a problem within my school, it's a problem all across the country in public schools and in colleges as well. And I really wanted to make sure that people knew about this issue and that we need, as students, to stand up for our rights.
Okay, thank you. Now, your materials also said that you were involved in a community issue team project that focused on a call to action. Can you share with me what call to action your team put forward and why you chose that call to action?
Of course, my team's call to action was to become educated on your rights and to talk to people who you trust and you care about to find out what exactly your rights are and when you need to stand up for them. And it's important to stand up for your rights because a lot of censorship isn't actually necessary in certain schools and they can't actually censor certain parts of speech. And so we wanted to make sure that the audience knows that they need to go out and research their rights so that way they can stand up not only for themselves but for others when they see censorship happening. Because a lot of times when censorship happens, we don't really do much about it. So I thought it was important that students know when it's okay to stand up for their rights.
I see. Now, if I were to ask the other members of your team what they think your biggest strength is, what do you think they would say, and why do you think they would say it?
I would think that they would say my biggest strength would probably be organization. The topic that we decided to go with was my original topic, and also I was the one who organized when we were meeting. I was always making sure that when we were writing the speech that everything flowed and came together well. I was very nitpicky when we were writing the speech, so whenever something didn't seem right or something didn't flow right with the organizational pattern that we were going with, I would make sure that we all tried to put our ideas along with the organizational topic, and because of that, I wanted to maintain as much organization as I possibly could.
Okay, great. What for you was the most challenging thing about working with your team?
The most challenging thing with working with my team probably had to be taking our own individual work and making it work with everyone else in the group. We all had our own individual points that we had to focus on and we had to spend our entire time writing the speech on, but we also had to make sure what we were saying flowed well or didn't contradict what the work of the other members was saying. So it was a lot of individual and group work that we had to make sure flowed well together.
Thank you. Okay, last question. In 30 seconds or so, tell me what your biggest takeaway was from Com 110 this semester. What will stick with you and be useful to you?
The biggest takeaway I would take from Com 110 would have to be how to read the audience and how to make sure that they understand the message that you're giving them. I plan on going into public relations, so relaying messages to the public is going to be my entire job. And so making sure that not only I understand what I'm talking about is important, but I need to know what I'm talking about in order to make sure that the audience and the public knows what I'm talking about, because the information that I'll be giving them is crucial and they need to understand what's happening.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. We'll probably be in touch with you in the next few weeks or so. Take care.
Thank you so much. You too.